Greetings, fellow Whovians. Whovian Queen here. Hope you have a good week so far, and happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. While look at the 11th Doctor era now continues on with the Christmas special, A Christmas Carol. A space liner carrying more than 4,000 passengers loses control and passing through strange electrified clouds over a human-inhabited planet. The 11th Doctor discovers the clouds are controlled by the bitter old man, Kazran Sardik, who refuses to allow the ship to land safely. Discovering Kazran's fear of his father, the inventor of the cloud controlling machine, and his wish to never be like him, the Doctor travels to Kazran's past to change it. Meeting Kazran as a young boy, the Doctor uses his sonic screwdriver to summon a shark that swims in the clouds and fog. The shark eats his screwdriver, wounding it, and is unable to swim back to the clouds. To save the shark, Kazran takes her to a cryogenic storeroom where Kazran's father has kept people in storage as security for loans, including a woman called Abigail. Abigail, once released, sinks to soothe the shark while the Doctor uses Abigail's cryo unit to transport the shark back to the skies. As the Doctor and Kazran return Abigail to storage, Kazran promises her they will see her every Christmas Eve. The Doctor keeps this promise. A romance blooms between Kazran and Abigail. However, after one such visit, Kazran requests the Doctor end the practice, keeping Abigail in storage indefinitely as Abigail has an incurable illness and has one day left to live. The old Kazran in the present is pleased with his new memories. He remains bitter at Abigail's fate and refuses to help save the ship. Old Kazran is soon visited by holographic images of the ship's crew and passengers in the present, imploring Kazran's help, but he waves away the holograms. The Doctor appears, bringing young Kazran with him to show the child Kazran his future. The realization of how much his bitter future self now resembles his feared father causes Kazran to change his mind and decide to save the ship. The Doctor finds his changes to Kazran's past reflect him out from the controls of Kazran's father's machine. The Doctor instead has Abigail sing through one half of the broken sonic screwdriver, the other half still in the shark, resonate in the atmosphere, to start the storm to allow the ship to land safely. Kazran releases Abigail knowing this will be the last time, but Abigail understands and believes it's time for them to share a Christmas day. Aww. So anyway, let's take a look at some continuity here. Several of the early outfits in the series appear in A Christmas Carol. Amy Pond wears her Kissogram policewoman's outfit from Series 5's The 11th Hour, while Rory Williams wears a Roman centurion's outfit as seen in The Pandora Opens and A Good Man Goes to War. In one of the many Christmas Eves the Doctor and Kazran spend with Abigail, they present themselves to her in long stripy scarves, the Fourth Doctor's trademark accessory. The two also appear in fezzes, an item of clothing the Doctor became fond of in The Big Bang. Kazran controls are isomorphic, which means that only he can use them. In the Pyramids of Mars, the TARDIS's controls are said to be isomorphic, though in subsequent adventures this feature was retained or ignored as the plot demands. Now let's look at the production of this episode, beginning with the writing. Writer Stephen Moffat, who was also head writer and executive producer of the series, wanted to make this special really Christmassy because the previous Christmas special, The End of Time, had been darker than usual as it led to the 10th Doctor's regeneration. He said that he had never been so excited about writing anything. I was laughing madly as I typed along to Christmas songs in April. Moffat stated that A Christmas Carol was probably his favorite Christmas story, and that it lent itself to Doctor Who, as there was an aspect similar to time travel in the story. He also pointed out that the Doctor intentionally based his referral to Kazran on Charles Dickens' story Christmas Carol. Dickens exists as a character in the Doctor Who universe, having appeared in the 2005 episode The Unquiet Dead. The concept of the sky shark was based on Moffat's childhood fear of sharks, which had evolved to swim outside the water. Moffat noted that Kazran was unlike other villains found in Doctor Who, as he was not completely wicked. Instead, he was more of a damaged character. The Doctor recognizes this when Kazran demonstrates his inability to hit a little boy, due to reminding him of when his father beat him. This allowed the Doctor to want to change his past and defrost his soul. The phrase "half out of the dark" is used in the episode, a reference to the fact that the hard winter is almost over, as well as a metaphor for Kazran. And now on to the casting. Starting with this episode, Arthur Darvill achieved regular status as companion Rory. British actor Michael Gambon was cast in the role Kazran. Andy Pryor, the casting director, did not believe Gambon would be available, and was surprised when Gambon accepted the role. Matt Smith, Karen Gillan, and Darvill were very honored to work with him. Moffat stated, quote, "Michael Gambon is as distinguished an actor as I can imagine, and the fact that he was Dumbledore means that he was already known to millions of children." Kazran was played as a boy by Lawrence Belcher and as a young adult by Danny Horn. Director Toby Haynes said that acting came naturally to Belcher and he captured the story and drew the audience in. The episode also features the acting debut of Welsh singer Katherine Jenkins. Shortly before her 30th birthday in June 2010, Jenkins asked about the part, and she accepted. Moffat was unaware that Jenkins had no former acting experience. Jenkins originally was not interested in acting, thought that she would like to try Doctor Who as it was such an iconic show. Producer Stan Wallenberg believed that Jenkins was a perfect fit for the role, though she was nervous. Now on to the filming and effects. Aretha took place on Cardiff on Thursday, July 8th, and production started on July 12, 2010, and lasted into August 2010. The episode marked the debut of Michael Pickwood as the new set designer. Pickwood and Haynes worked together to create the town, incorporating elements that would be needed in a society that shared its daily life with fish. Nearly all windows in the town are round, reminiscent of submarines. The structures are made out of metal, filmed at a local steelworks. Kazran's study was designed to be very large, as Kazran spent several scenes in there alone and would feel dwarfed by it. The walls were intended to look like copper that had turned green, which when combined with the red drapes created the Christmas colors of red and green. The painting of Kazran's father was created by taking a picture of Gambon, lightly printing it on a canvas, and painting in the details. Kazran's controls were inspired by a church organ. Nice. The Doctor's first scene in the episode is falling down the chimney and presenting himself to Kazran. Smith was pleased with the interest of his character, knowing the similarities between the Doctor and Santa Claus. However, a stuntman performed the scene. For the scene in which a skyfish nibbles on the sonic screwdriver, the screwdriver was dangled in front of a green screen and tapped with the pen to create the effect of the fish nudging it. To maintain secrecy of the episode's plot, the model shark was given the codename Clive. The scenes in which the characters ride through the air in a sled, pulled by one of the flying sharks, was filmed in front of a green screen. The sled was in fact a rickshaw, which crew members rocked back and forth as the wind machine created the effect of flying through the air. As it was impossible to film underneath the rickshaw, a miniature model of the sleigh was used for the shots underneath the sleigh rather than the computer-generated effects. And now finally, onto the music. The episode features songs specifically written for Jenkins, titled Abigail's Song. In the script, it was written that the song was unique and specific to Doctor Who, and composer Murray Gold was contacted to write the song. Jenkins did a demo and then sang the song while filming the actual scene, as she thought it would look more natural. Afterwards, she sang the final version in a new, lighter arrangement was composed by the National Orchestra of Wales. Selected pieces of music from this special, as composed by Gold, were released on a soundtrack on March 21st, 2011 by Silva Screen Records. So overall, this is definitely a very good Christmas special, and it is my favorite Christmas special of the Smith era. So yeah. So overall, I give a Christmas Carol 5 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. Anyway, to next week as we take a look at the mini episode, Space and Time. Well, hope you enjoy the review, and if you do, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it around, don't forget, and also subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified by my upload videos. And if you want to support this channel, then please check out my Patreon page. Link, as always, is in the description below. Well, until next time, this is Hoovy and Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I've a reciprocity of neutron flow. Would you like a jelly baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fences are cool, and Stetsons are cool.